What is up, everybody out there in HeroClix Land? Scott Porter back for day number 2 of our brand new unboxing series for Marvel's new HeroClix set, Avengers Forever. Now, I talked yesterday about what I thought would be in this set. And yesterday, by the way, was day 1. If you didn't watch it, pause the video now, go back, watch it, and then join us again. Just like Kang, we can control time right here and right now. So here's the deal. 2 storylines are called Avengers Forever. One by Jason Aaron, which is fairly recent, takes place in the multiverse, the new Marvel multiverse, really centered around Invincible Iron Man and a really cool team of Avengers, as well as Ghost Rider, who becomes the All-Rider. The All-Rider, he can basically pilot anything. Ghost Rider has piloted almost anything. Vehicles, a symbiote, giant Celestials, I mean, anything you can think of, Robbie Reyes can pilot now. He has become just an incredible character. A lot of that is a part of this storyline, this Avengers Forever storyline, which I thought would be a big part of this set. Also, the Kurt Busiek 90s Avengers Forever, this big time-sprawling tale about Kang trying to take his destiny back from Immortus and the Timekeepers at the end of time. There's all these out-of-place Avengers that come together and help Kang unseat these timekeepers who are trying to basically make it so that any timeline that doesn't go the way they want to is pretty much pruned from the multiverse, and they end up succeeding. Very cool storyline. I thought this set was going to be a big part of that. I'm finding out it's not going to be. If you saw yesterday, we saw a lot of different Avengers that were never even a part of those 2 storylines. So I'm looking at this set now as Avengers Through the Ages, which really opens up the entire Avengers universe to be in this set. So I have really no speculation anymore. Yesterday we saw Crimson Dynamo, so I think maybe some Winter Guard characters might show up in here. On the outside of the box, we know Guardians of the Galaxy are going to be in this set. We're getting a lot of classic Avengers. We saw Iron Lad yesterday, so we could expect maybe some more Young Avengers, possibly. I'm not sure. This set could literally be anything. So we're going to take it as it comes. Remember, this set comes out for pre-release October the 26th. It comes out for actual release, I believe, on November the 9th. Remember, dates are subject to shift just a little bit with shipping and everything. Still a ton of issues with that out in the world, but those are the target dates, and we will be able to get a hold of some of these figures, play with them, and it will be so cool. So without further ado, let's start cracking the boosters on day 2. Yesterday we pulled 1 super rare, no primes. Yeah, I think that's about it. So let's go ahead and take a peek at who we have in here today. Ooh, okay. All right. We have Red Skull. Boom. Now, in the new Avengers storylines, there is the Multiversal Masters of Evil, and Black Skull is a part of that. That's Red Skull with a symbiote, or with control of symbiotes, which is really cool. The next figure we see there is Wonder Man, who I did not expect in his ionic form. That's really cool. We've got a SHIELD operative. We've got Speed, so yes, another Young Avenger. Oh, yes, okay. We've got Wong. Yesterday we pulled a mindless one, and I said when I take a peek at these sets and I see somebody like Mindless One, I start going, okay, who else would they tie in with Mindless One? What else can we expect in this set? And I said, hopefully we see more Doctor Strange themed stuff if we're seeing Mindless One, and boom, there we go. I had mentioned yesterday that the 1 million BC Avengers, there is always a certain kind of Avenger on the planet, like throughout time, that actually makes sure that the Earth is protected. And Doctor Strange is one of those. There's always a Sorcerer Supreme, or supposed to be kind of. It's kind of suggested that there's always a Sorcerer Supreme on Earth to help protect it. Agamotto was the very first one that we see in this Jason Aaron run, where they talk about the 1 million BC Avengers, you know, like this Ghost Rider on the Woolly Mammoth. Agamotto is there, Odin is there, Lady Phoenix, a Black Panther, an Iron Fist, and a Starbrand. So maybe we'll be seeing those kind of 1 million BC. If we haven't seen any of them in Clix form, maybe we could be getting them in this set. It makes sense why Strange would be here if that is the case. So we shall see. Also, this Red Skull gives me hope that maybe we'll get Black Skull. Maybe we'll get a symbiote controlling version of Red Skull that we actually see. He is called the Waste Lord in this storyline, so maybe we could get that version. Oh man, he tortures Robbie Reyes. Oh, it is some of the most difficult to read torture stuff. And he kind of breaks Robbie, and then Robbie comes back from literal depths of hell and just becomes this incredibly powerful version of himself. So maybe we'll see some of that in this set. Let's start just with the basic generic that we pulled here, the Shield Operative. Take a look at the card here. Shield Operative, again, like our generics yesterday, no special powers, no traits or anything that are keying them into another character. We've got Shield, Soldier, and Spy. Keywords, we've got set number 2 there. Tracking the target, escape, capture, etc., on the back. 3 clicks long, 15 points, gives you the shield team ability, has its uses for sure. Close combat reflexes, a little plasticity, so a little bit of a tie-up piece as well. Not a really long dial, not a lot of lastability on the map, but can do a little bit for you. So the generics in this set, unlike past sets, aren't really exhibiting like any traits or special powers that tie them to a captain or a leader or that cue off of something. So interesting to see these more bare bones kind of generics. We haven't been getting those in quite some time. Let's take a look at speed. Yesterday we got Iron Lad. We talked about the Young Avengers, and here they go. They must be a sub-theme of this set. I'm not mad at it. Not mad at it at all. We've got Speed, Tommy Shepard, Young Avengers, Speedster, special movement power. Sometimes I don't know when to stop. Roll a d6, move speed a number of squares up to the result, and that is free. So before you do anything, you roll a d6, move him the number of squares up to the result, not half, up to the result. So you can move him just 6 squares before you do anything. He's got some hypersonic speed back there. See him with his brother Billy, Wiccan, and yeah, pretty cool. All right, so that middle of the dial there that has that special power that kind of just move and then attack. You can't use the move into the hypersonic speed, which is, you know, I'm a big fan of hypersonic speed and speedsters in general, so I always want them to be OP. But that is a good way to rein speed in a little bit. Hypersonic on the front and back of the dial, and then it goes away. All right, let's take a look at Wong. Okay, Wong. Mystical keyword. Trait. Dimensional gateway through the multiverse. Phasing and teleport. Once per turn, when an adjacent friendly character with the mystical keyword begins a move, after resolutions, you may place Wang in a square adjacent to them. Oh, nice. Okay. Begins a move. So I wonder, with charge and running shot, if you can also follow, I think that's a power action, but it still grants a move. So since there's move in it, I think it still works. Guarding the Sanctum, energy shield deflection, and willpower. Tell me in the comments below what you think. I am not sure. There's, of course, the rules mavens out there will let me know. But pretty cool that he can just follow another figure around on your board. Does have support on the back end of the dial, so that may be more important than initially thought. Very, very cool. Once per turn, when an adjacent friendly character with a mystical keyword begins a move, after resolutions, you may place Wong in a square adjacent to them. Does it work with running shot and charge? I believe it does. Let me know, though, in the comments below. Okay, Wonder Man. Very cool to see Simon Williams here. I'm not sure why. Again, another Avenger that we haven't seen in a little while. Doesn't really play a huge part in the 2 storylines called Avengers Forever, but still very cool to see him. And he's in his ionic form. Put that sculpt right there so you can see that translucence. Very, very cool. I like that. That's neat. Sorry. Anyway, okay. Avengers, celebrity, mystical, and scientist keywords. Ionic form, energy shield deflection, super senses, and invulnerability. Surprised that he doesn't have some other keywords. He was a, as I tell my kid, good guy, bad guy at one point. He was a bad guy who was then a good guy. He got caught up in some stuff, did some non-heroic stuff, but really proved himself as a hero over time. Look at the back of the card there. Pretty great dial. 9 clicks long, 100 points, a little bit pricey, but can do an awful lot. Shifts from a ranged attacker with running shot and side blast to charge super strength, has outwit. Really, really nice ionic form. Very cool. I'm going to say right now, probably a shoe-in to get another Wonder Man in this set that maybe is his actual corporeal form. And here we go, Red Skull. Now, again, the Avengers Forever Jason Aaron storyline and just the Avengers storyline that Jason Aaron is doing has introduced a new concept, the multiversal Masters of Evil. And I'm wondering if we will see them in this set. Black Skull is a member of that. Now basically what the multiversal Masters of Evil is Mephisto and Doom got together, Doom Supreme, who goes around the multiverse and kills other Dooms and absorbs all their power. And the Council of Red, which is a bunch of Mephistos from across the multiverse, got together and said, look, we have a problem. It's the Avengers. They always defeat us. What's the deal? How do we get them out of the way? We go back to the beginning of time on any planet and we kill the original Avengers. And we make sure that the primordial soup that they spawn future generations of Avengers from is just removed off the board. And then we can just rule these planets all we want because nobody will be there to protect them. So that's kind of what they're doing. You've got Ghost Goblin. It's some of the nastiest villains from across the multiverse, but they are variations of villains we know in the 616 Marvel Universe that are just atrocious. So Black Skull is a version of Red Skull that has full control over symbiotes everywhere, basically. And it's very cool. In the Avengers Forever storyline with Robbie Reyes and with Anthony Stark, Ant-Man, you have these little venom ants that are everywhere. They're like his little spies all over the place. I mean, the symbiote is everywhere. And towards the end of that storyline, Black Skull has his symbiote ripped from him, and Robbie Reyes pilots the symbiote, makes the symbiote his ride. Not a car, not a motorcycle. The symbiote itself becomes his vehicle. So very, very cool. But anyway, seeing this Red Skull gives me hope that maybe we'll see Black Skull as well. All right, story time over. Let's take a look at the card. Red Skull, Hydra, Power Elite, Past, Ruler, Scientist, Soldier, and Spy. Power Elite. That is a rare to almost never seen keyword in itself. We've got set number 44, Johann Schmidt. Hail Hydra, Leadership. When Red Skull uses it and succeeds, you may instead generate a Hydra agent on click number 1. If a 4 was rolled, you may instead generate a set number 19 Hydra Officer on click number 1 if there is not a friendly Hydra Officer on the map already. Okay, there we go. So explains maybe we're not seeing special powers or traits on the lower level generics. That's because they're tied to another figure in the set. That is very cool. I bet you S.H.I.E.L.D. gets one too. And 2 more shall take its place. Special defense power, combat reflexes, mastermind, toughness. Once per turn, when Red Skull uses mastermind to choose a friendly character with the Hydra keyword and that character is KO'd from the attack, after resolutions, you may generate up to 2 Hydra agents on click number 3. Okay, all right, okay. I'm going to pull out the Hydra agent card real fast and lay it down so we can see exactly what Red Skull is pulling out onto the map. Remember, if it's a mastermind KO, you're pulling them out on click number 3. If the leadership succeeds, you can pull them out on click number 1 and you generate them onto the map. Very cool. Look at the back of this card there. You can see what we're doing. All right, so we do have some connective tissue between these generics and other figures in the set. It just came in the form of the higher pointed figure or the leader kind of having their own traits and their own special powers. So now that I see a S.H.I.E.L.D. operative over here, I'm almost sure we'll be getting some more S.H.I.E.L.D. goodness. And of course, on the outside of the box, we did see Nick Fury, so makes total sense. Very cool game mechanic that we just saw there. Okay, next booster. Boom. What are we gonna get? Now Now the set is starting to narrow a little bit for me. I think we're going to see a lot of Young Avengers. I think we're going to see some Guardians. They're on the outside of the box here. We're going to see some really cool Avengers over time, maybe that we haven't seen in a while. Oh, my gosh, what the heck? Yeah! Okay. Did not expect Prodigy to be in this set. That's awesome. Way to go, David Alain. Welcome to the set. Oh, yes, of course. Okay, Black Panther. I'm seeing what's happening here in this set now. We've got Bucky. We've also got Winter Soldier, both in the same booster, Bucky and Winter Soldier. So we can compare. Remember, that Bucky is a beast from day one. And then we've got Captain America. So really, not a lot of new figures here. Just a couple. Prodigy, Winter Soldier, and Black Panther are going to be the figures that we will take a look at out of this booster. No Super Rare today. No Prime. Oh, okay. That just means hopefully we've got goodness coming up. And we're not done today. Today we're going to open our dice and tokens packs. So we do have something else to look at. Here we go with, let's do Winter Soldier. And let's put Winter Soldier and Bucky side by side. Let's just take a peek, because that Winter Soldier, I mean, that Bucky was so good that I just want to take a look at them together. You can see here, see the metal arm. Oh, I got to switch them, I guess. There we go. See the metal arm there on Winter Soldier. Very cool. Okay, Winter Soldier. Let's take a peek here. Hydra, Thunderbolts, Assassin, Past, Soldier, Spy. Set number 4, Bucky Barnes. Without a Trace, special movement power, stealth and plasticity. Free. Place Winter Soldier in a square of hindering terrain within range and line of fire. Woo! So before you do anything else, just move him around into some different hindering terrain and you are good to go. 1 second, everybody. Let's flip the card here. All right. Winter Soldier, the back of the card. Let's flip Bucky's card. Bucky is 7 clicks. Winter Soldier is 6 clicks. That's crazy to me. He does have his special power on the first 3 clicks there, but wow, yeah. And Winter Soldier's 60 points. Bucky can be 75. Whoever out there did this particular set, we understand now that they truly love the Bucky version of Bucky Barnes. There we go. That is a look at Winter Soldier and Bucky right side by side. I want to make sure we've already seen this Captain America. Make sure that they're the same set number that we already looked at. They are. So that is a duplicate there. So let's go into, man, I want to go into Prodigy. I did not expect Prodigy to be in this set. This is very, very cool. Prodigy, of course, was a New Mutant, and then part of the Young X books that were around in the early 2000s. Really, really cool character. He can copy powers, but after he's out of range of the person that he's copying the powers from, he can no longer copy them, and then they go away. He loses any knowledge or anything that he gained while he was using them. But then, during Decimation, during M-Day, when Scarlet Witch said no more powers, he lost his mutant powers. He regained them over time, but is still, I guess now, technically human, but has the powers. And he joined the Young Avengers for a while. So, really cool crossover there. I'm so glad that we got him. Champions, New Mutants, X-Factor, X-Men, Young Avengers, Detective. Name, David Alain. Set number 33. Rally die. Okay, Rally's coming back in the set. When another friendly character within range and line of fire would roll a single d6, you may remove one of Prodigy's Rally dice to replace that die. And if you see there, it's the 5, which is attributed to all of the X-Men Rally dice. So definitely pulling from his time as a New Mutant. Unlock all my hidden knowledge as a trait. When an opposing character within 6 squares and line of fire makes an attack, you may choose a standard power the attacker can use. Prodigy can use the chosen power until you choose again. That is awesome. That is so cool. But always, they have to stay within 6 squares in line of fire. which is, I think, well, maybe, no. It says you may choose a standard power the attacker can use. It doesn't say that if they move out of that range, you can no longer use it. Very, very cool. Wolverine and Shadowcat's combat skills with super senses and willpower. And like I said, eventually joined the Young Avengers as well. Prodigy is a very, very cool, oh man, new X-Men. I loved those books. I loved that team. Elixir and all of those characters. I loved that run. I think that was Kyle and Yost that did a lot of that early on. So go look those books up. That was a really, really cool time before Decimation with a lot of really interesting young mutants like Anole and all of these really cool Rockslide and all of these really, really neat new generation of new mutants. It was a really cool time to read books. So go and check that out and read a little bit of Prodigy. All right, last but not least, Black Panther. Now, Black Panther, not a part of either of those stories either. However, Black Panther is a major, major part of Jason Aaron's Avengers run. He is elected to be the chairperson of the Avengers in the current iteration. Not only did he help form the team of the Avengers, which is Captain Marvel, She-Hulk, Iron Man, Thor, Captain America. He had to kind of play mediator between Captain Marvel and Iron Man after Civil War II, which I want to forget. And then, he also then formed the Agents of Wakanda. They live in the giant head of a risen celestial. It is a pretty cool storyline that Aaron is forming as far as letting Black Panther be the leader that he wants to be. He forms a really cool Agents of Wakanda team. So Odin, Gorilla Man, Brew, the little genius from Wolverine's Jean Grey School for the X-Men. A really, really neat Fat Cobra, a couple other characters. Anyway, so he's not a major part of either of the Avengers Forever stories, but is a major part of the current Avengers stuff. So let's take a look at this iteration of Black Panther. T'Challa. Okay, set number 12. Avengers, Fantastic Four, Illuminati, Wakanda, Ruler, and Warrior. Agile as a panther. Charge, stealth, flurry, but only if Black Panther occupies hindering terrain. Agile as a panther and just as fierce, vibranium claws. I am who you are looking for. I am the Black Panther. Wakanda forever. Yes, Wakanda forever. Indeed. Flip over the card, take a peek. Pretty solid dial. 75, or it can be played at 25 on just that little 3-click dial there at the end. Not a normal Black Panther by any means when you can just play him for 3 clicks, because not only is he incredibly imbued with awesome powers, the Panther God and everything, he's also one of the top 3 most intelligent people on Earth. I'd be playing him at the bigger dial, but to have a smaller version of him, definitely cool. All right, I said that we were not done with that second booster opening. We have more to take a look at. This set doesn't only have 1 Dyson token pack, it has 2. One looked like it is Invincible Ant-Man themed, and the other one looks like it is Ghost Rider themed, which actually really takes off of the Avengers Forever more modern version of the storyline that Jason Aaron wrote, because those are the kind of the 2 lead characters of that story. Invincible Ant-Man, very cool. Think of if Tony Stark became Ant-Man and watched a lot of Indiana Jones films. That's basically what that Ant-Man is about. He's an archaeologist. He's on this wasteland of an Earth where there are no heroes, and hope is a 4-letter word. Instead they say hope off, when they're mad at you, instead of another choice 4-letter word that we use. So a lot of very cool stuff happens on that world. He finds Mjolnir. He finds the old cave of Khonshu. He is trying to figure out if there's any way that they can get out of the rule that they're under of this character called the Waste Lord, who ends up being Black Skull. And he has assembled a really cool team. I hope we get Invincible Ant-Man, which I know we're getting, and we have the Play at Home kit. But I also hope we get other members of that team. That version of Moon Knight, very, very cool. That version of the Vision is very cool as well. It's something that Anthony Stark built when he was a little kid, when he was like 7 years old, and it has been his best friend and by his side for years. I think I talked about Infinity Thing yesterday, which is just such a cool concept. The thing just floats around everywhere. He shines all the different colors of the Infinity Stones. There is a Wonder Man. Oh, I hope we get that version of the Wonder Man. There is a gray version of Wonder Man who is basically like a zombie Wonder Man who was raised in the battle pits in the wastelands. The Waste Lord put him through all these gladiatorial arenas, and he is just, at first, you think a heartless zombie version of Simon Williams who just murders mercilessly. The Waste Lord has all these war machines on this planet. All of the humans are basically culled and put onto a crema train where they are then burned for fuel. I mean, it's a horrible land, and Simon Williams was raised in that. That version of Wonder Man, at the end of that story, he asks to be granted a wish. I think by the three daughters of God Thor are also a big part of the storyline. That's when I say that this set could have anything. It could really have anything. But he requests a wish of never having to kill again. And this is really poignant moment. Very, very cool. So maybe we get that version of Wonder Man. Okay, let's get to the Dyson tokens. We've got Kang. We've got Cap. We've got Claw. Thanos, interestingly enough. Okay. Didn't expect to see Thanos. He's not a part of those storylines. She-Hulk, big part of the current Avengers run. And Ant-Man. But if we flip them over, what? Kang has a Kang. That's great. Council of Kangs, anyone? Robot Ant. His name is actually Shellhead. That's so cool. Another robot ant. Okay, these are all Ant-Man's guys. Taraxia. Okay. Let's take some clues as to what we could be expecting. Robot ants. 4 robot ants. Oh, I can't wait. We are definitely getting Invincible Iron Man in the set, and I cannot wait to see how he spawns all of these robot ants. So that's Dice and Tokens pack number 1. I want that. I want to wear that to a tournament. A Dice and Tokens pants. Just like a pattern of dice all over my pants. All right, let's see on the back of the next set. Oh, we didn't look at the dice. We'll look at the dice together. Let's see. We've got Ghost Rider. Immortus. Yes. All right. Let's get old Kang in here. Miss Marvel. I mean, not Miss Marvel, Miss America. America Chavez. Did not expect to see her at all. That's interesting. That's really interesting. Red Skull. Cosmic Cube action, I don't know. Is that what that looks like? And, oh, shoot. Dormammu. We are going to be getting some Doctor Strange stuff. All right, that is exciting. I love getting all the clues of what we're going to still see in the set here. T'Chaka. Yep, okay. That's Ghost Panther's Panther there. You got Immortus. Has Immortus on the back. So Immortus can spawn Immortuses, and Kang can... That's hilarious. Zabu. Chronal Echo. And there's a number of those here. And Conqueror. Okay. There we go. Dice and Tokens pack number 2, the Ghost Rider themed one. And last but not least, we'll take a little peek at what the dice look like here. So instead of me explaining to you guys who is spoiled by taking a look at the back of those Dice and Token packs, I want you to do me a favor and in the comments below say what clues you found in the Dice and Tokens pack and who you think we might be seeing in this set based off of the bystander tokens that we just saw. That's what I want you to do. So type it down in the comment section. Here's the dice. 2 different Avengers dice. Very, very cool. The Avengers A is the 6. As we look at that, you know, sometimes we do clever things with Fantastic Four's logo being the actual 4 on the die, but they are the 6 here. All right, that is going to do it for today. If you are loving this set so far, if you're loving the unboxing series, and you want to get everything that I pull in this unboxing series before the Avengers Forever set even releases for pre-release, you can go to htsa.org/freezehd and bid on an auction item that contains everything I opened this week, as well as another sealed brick of Avengers Forever, as well as all the convention LEs that WizKids put out this year, whether that was San Diego Comic-Con, Origins, or Worlds. All of them are part of that auction item. We also have another HeroClix auction item with a ton of chases, ton of really cool other stuff as well. So you can go to htsa.org/freezehd. That auction is a part of a massive charity event I do every fall, raising money for the Huntington's Disease Society of America. We've been able to raise $1.5 million over the past 7 years, and we want to keep that momentum going, but we can only do it with the help of folks like you. So you can go bid, you can learn more about Huntington's disease, more about our event, or if you're in Southern California, you can buy tickets to come to our event, which happens October the 22nd. The auction for this item is happening right now. It started the day that the unboxing series started, so if you would like to bid, go to htsa.org/freezehd and do so now. I want to say thank you to WizKids for sending me this awesome brick. We've still got 3 days left. We've already got so much cool Avengers goodness. I can't wait to see what we have next. I want to say thank you to HyperRPG for hosting us here. Make sure you find them on Twitch and on YouTube. They have awesome archived content for everything pop culture, games, video games, tabletop games, including a HeroClix show called Indomitable. I think is still archived in the annals of their game. This set comes out October the 26th for pre-release and November the 9th for the actual set release. So call your local comic shops and your local gaming stores and figure out what their schedules for all of those things are. Support local stores as they support our community. I will see you all tomorrow for day 3 of the unboxing, and until I do, may all your rolls be critical hits.